Alright guys, it's been 2 weeks since I've posted. Most likely, well, I've been busy, and I did make a video for last week, but I forgot to export it, and I'm not bothered to post that right now because it's kind of embarrassing. Alright, but on my last video, or the last few videos, I was on a winning streak, right? And to recap, I was on a losing streak. Well, a 2-week losing streak, but I still did not lose as much as I made in 1 week, which is good. And this week we made a comeback. We made it all back plus extra. Next week, same thing. Gonna keep it neutral, lose or win. Everything is a learning experience, but I will win. Alright, this is a trade I took on Monday, and on Monday, the trade that I took, we took shorts, went really well, took a dub, but I did lower my risk, so I risked about like a contract less than I usually would, so I made less. And yeah, so first thing I saw in the 5-minute was a 5-minute fair value gap and the low resistance liquidity. Seeing these low resistance liquidity at the time hasn't been swept yet. I took the trade because saw low resistance liquidity, wanted some pullback. I believe that was going to pull back, and as soon as I saw the 5-minute fair value gap get inverse, I waited for a breaker structure, and as soon as the 5-minute candle formed, I entered with the breaker structure, put my stop loss at this high and my take profit at the first low resistance liquidity, because that's more guaranteed than going for like the second or third. So I did that, made about 180, and it was within risk, so that's cool. Alright, this is a trade I took on Tuesday, and as you can see, I took a loss. So this one, I want to go longs, and my thought process was, because I saw a bullish order flow in the higher time frame, I believed that it was going to keep going up, but I did not take the pullback into account, which was on me. And now looking back at it, I should not have taken this trade, but I did. So basically 5-minute fair value gap, breaker structure from that fair value gap, enter off that breaker structure, went longs, and then as you can see, reversed, took out our stop loss, and then went up. So I traded during the pullback, which was a mistake. Alright, this is a trade I took on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, as you can see in the high time frame, first thing I noticed, there was some chop, and the next thing I realized was there was a 15-minute fair value gap closer to market open. Alright, and here's the trade I took. So essentially, I waited for market to tap into this 15-minute zone, and this 15-minute fair value gap got tapped into. I want to see a disrespect in a bullish fair value gap, and as you can see, disrespected. I entered off the candle formation, and I entered off the candle formation and took it all the way to this low. As you can see, trade played out pretty well. Put my stop loss on the top here. Yeah, essentially this is the short I took on Wednesday. Alright, this is the trade I took on Thursday. Thursday, in the 4-hour bias, in the higher time frame bias, it was a bearish trend. And next thing I saw was a 5-minute fair value gap. I want to enter off the 5-minute fair value gap. And within this 5-minute fair value gap, there's also this 1-minute fair value gap and a 3-minute, and so on. Alright. So this is a pretty big point of interest, and I want to see it inverse, right? So inverse, and then as you can see, during this time, I would usually, with my plan, I would have entered off like a candle formation on the 5-minute, but during this time, it wasn't my time to trade yet. It was during 2:14. I usually enter off at 2:30 or like 2:25 at earliest. All right. So when I saw this, I just waited until price retested because it created a new order block in the 5-minute, and this 5-minute order block told me that it was a strong retest bias, and it was going to retest back to the fair value gap as well. So it retested to the fair value gap, and I waited for price to start pushing down. And as soon as price started pushing down, I placed my order on this order block. All right, and we had our entry, and I put my take profit at the tail of this candle, because this is where liquidity was before it started shooting up and market open. Yeah, and I took profit there. A 2 to risk to reward ratio, a really good win. Alright, this is the trade I took on Friday, and on Friday it was a pretty good day, and the setups were nice on Friday. Alright, so first thing I noticed was these are higher time frame liquidity points, and as I saw in my pre-market analysis, swept this prominent liquidity, this prominent high. Alright, as soon as it swept that prominent high, it failed to sweep the second high. So that told me that we weren't going to keep going bullish. Alright, and so tonight's bias was going to be short. Next thing you see, ES failed to sweep that high, whereas NQ has. So this is an SMT right here, and SMT, bearish SMT, really good bearish SMT, right? And as you can see, created these imbalances right here. It's a 3-minute fair value gap right now, and if I go to the 5-minute, this is a 5-minute fair value gap. So my entry was based off this fair value gap. As you can see, 3-minute inverse wasn't strong enough for me, but it's still inverse. And if you scaled into 1-minute, it inverse many imbalances too. And then the 5-minute, it gave me more confidence to chase the entry, which I did. So before the candle even formed, I entered for shorts on the 5-minute, right? As you can see, I chased it, went down, all the way down, and yeah, we caught this dub, took it all the way down here to these lows, and we ended the week strong.
Yeah. I said I'm sick and tired, all these people saying names, and I don't wanna die, I wanna set the record straight. I gotta stay alive.